One of the most iconic names in automotive history has now made it here in the Philippines. This is the all-new Ford Bronco Outer Banks with Sasquatch Package, and in this video, we get to check it out. Let's do this. "2021 marked the return of the Bronco nameplate to the Ford lineup after a 25-year absence. Well, we have to thank the Ford Ranger for that because the Ranger's return to the US meant that there was space in the Michigan factory to make another midsize vehicle, which turned out to be the Bronco right here. Now, this makes the Ford Bronco a very close relative of the Ford Everest, but the Bronco has way more off-road capabilities as well as a more premium price. You see, this Ford Bronco Outer Banks with Sasquatch Package retails for 4,998,000 Philippine pesos and is the only Bronco variant available in the Philippines when I made this video. So, what can we expect from the Ford Bronco, and is it enough to compete against the Jeep Wrangler? But before we find out, special thanks to Ford Global City for providing the Bronco to do this car feature. Here at Reagan's Rides, we do car reviews of SUVs, sports cars, trucks, and everything in between. So subscribe and hit the bell. When I did my research on the 6th Gen Ford Bronco, I was surprised to find out that this, my friends, is not even a full-size SUV because this is based off the Ranger chassis, which essentially makes it the twin of the Ford Everest Titanium. Now, the arrival of the Ford Bronco here in the Philippines means that Ford Philippines now has 3 mid-size SUVs in the local lineup. We've got the Ford Everest, the Explorer, and now this Ford Bronco right here. Now, this Bronco might share the same chassis with the Everest because it's based on the Ranger chassis, but the similarities to the Everest ends there. You see, this Ford Bronco is more badass, it's louder, and it has that distinctive retro style going on for it. We've got this circular LED headlight units here, which is a throwback to the 1st Gen Bronco, and we have this piano black front grille there with the white Bronco lettering across that front grille. Now, we also have a pair of these hood handles here where you can attach cable limb risers if ever you're going off-roading in a forested trail, or you can put metal bars across the hood if you're transporting kayaks or maybe fishing rods. Now, the presence of these metal hood handles here tells me that this Ford Bronco is truly made for the great outdoors. The Philippine spec Bronco is also equipped with the Sasquatch Package, which further improves on its off-road capabilities. You see, the Sasquatch Package includes these high-clearance fender flares here, as well as these 17-inch beadlock-capable wheels that are wrapped in 33-inch mud-terrain tires. Now, the Sasquatch Package also upgrades your dampers to Bilstein units, and yes, that makes the Bronco an even more capable 4x4 off-roader. Now, just like the Jeep Wrangler though, the Bronco here you can remove the roof and the doors of the Ford Bronco, but unlike the Jeep Wrangler, well, the doors of the Bronco is frameless. Yes, so all you need to do is roll down the windows, and when you remove the doors, you can in fact store the doors inside the Ford Bronco. So yeah, pare, how's that for versatility? Yeah, now just like the Jeep Wrangler as well, the Bronco comes equipped with twin Dana live axles, and we've got lockers both for the front and rear axles. Now, we also have 4-wheel disc brakes here, and we also have the highest water wading and tallest ground clearance that I've ever seen in any of the midsize SUVs that I've reviewed. You see, the water wading depth of the Bronco stands at 850 millimeters. 850. Yeah, that's pretty tall. And the ground clearance is at 292 millimeters, which makes the Ford Bronco a super capable off-roading SUV. Now, one of the ways to find out if the Bronco is made in the US or if it's made in China is to check what's under the hood. You see, US-made Broncos are equipped with a 2.7-liter V6 EcoBoost engine, while China-made Broncos are equipped with a 4-cylinder engine. Now, since we have a 2.7-liter V6 EcoBoost engine here, we can say that the Philippine spec Broncos are proudly made in the US of A. Now this V6 lump produces 335 PS and 555 Newton meters of torque, and it is mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission. Now that might seem like a bummer to some people who would want to have the manual transmission, but if you drive mostly in Metro Manila style traffic, well, that 10-speed automatic is a great benefit for you. Now, I'm also looking forward to doing a full driving review video of this Ford Bronco right here, so it's best for you to subscribe to Reagan's Rides, because I'm telling you right now, my friends, that video is coming very, very soon. Now, since the Ford Bronco has a pretty high ground clearance and it's a really tall vehicle, and I'm not really the tallest person on the planet, I am so happy that Ford equipped the Bronco with these grab handles on the side of the dashboard rather than that of the A-pillar. So yes, thank you for these functional grab handles right here, Ford. Makes it easier for short people like myself to mount the Ford Bronco. Now, when you check out the interior, I mean, the Bronco nameplate has a really deep heritage, but the cabin of the Ford Bronco is futuristic and functional. You see, we may not have as much soft touch materials here or red leather inside, but, well, pare, it works, all right? It works. Now, the Bronco in the Philippines gets these full leather seats here with power adjustments for both the front passenger and the driver, and we also have a heating function as well. Now we also have a fully leather-wrapped steering wheel here with that Bronco badge, which makes it look more badass. And the steering wheel also adjusts for tilt, and it also telescopes, which is pretty much expected in a vehicle that costs almost 5 million Philippine pesos. Now when you check out the gauge cluster, we have an 8-inch digital gauge cluster here with all of your information, and we also have a 12-inch touchscreen infotainment system that comes with Ford's Sync 4. It also has wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, and the image of a 360-degree view camera. And we also have Ford Pass here, which allows you to access some features of the Bronco from an app on your smartphone. Now, when you look at the top of the dashboard here, well, we have a row of rubberized buttons there for all of your most crucial off-roading systems, which includes the front and rear diff lockers and also traction control off button. And of course, the hazard button right there. Now, on top of the dashboard, you also will see 3 of the 10 Bang & Olufsen speaker systems that this Bronco has. And honestly, guys, I was trying to look for all of the 10 speakers, and I only found 8. I found the 3 here, I found 4 at the back, plus the subwoofer, so 5 plus 3, that's 8. I don't know where the other 2 speakers are, but if you know, please let me know in the comments below. Now, aside from that, we also have a pretty cool metal nameplate here on the center tunnel, which says Ford, designed and engineered in Dearborn, Michigan, USA. That's pretty cool, pare. That's right beside the cup holders. Now we also have a circular knob here for your GOAT modes. Now, what's GOAT modes? GOAT doesn't stand for greatest of all time. No, GOAT stands for go over any terrain modes, which adjusts your throttle response, it adjusts your brakes and all of your systems in the Ford Bronco whenever you're going through different types of terrain like mud, sand, rock, and whatever, you know. So that's what the GOAT modes are, and it will make you look like you're a much better off-roader than you truly are. All right. Now, if you're looking for the controls for your power windows and also for your power side mirrors, well, you won't find them on the doors. That's because we have them also here in the center tunnel because, well, as I said, the doors of the Bronco are removable. So yes, we have the buttons here for your power windows and also for adjusting your side mirrors. Now, yes, if you look at the entire cabin layout, it's really just a very straightforward, functional cabin, but with all of the niceties that you would expect from a premium, hardcore 4x4 off-roader. Now the back seat area also gets a grab handle right here on the B-pillar. Again, a useful piece of kit whenever shorter dudes like myself needs to mount the back of the Bronco. Now for the back seat, well, in terms of space, it's not really the most spacious out there. Definitely, the Ford Everest is more spacious than this, but you're not buying the Bronco for space, right? But anyway, for a 5'6" dude like myself, this, my friends, is still perfectly serviceable. As you can see, got a good amount of legroom here. This is my driving position, and we have a good amount of headroom as well. The thing is, the bench itself is a little bit on the narrow side, so it doesn't really have as much thigh support as you'd want, especially if you're a taller person like myself. Than myself. I mean, yeah, aspirations to be taller. Anyway, yeah, but for a 5'6" dude like myself, yeah, this is pretty okay. It's not really that uncomfortable. It's pretty good. Now, we don't have rear AC vents here. Instead, we only have the controls for your power windows here at the back, because as I said, the windows are, the doors are removable. And we also have a home socket charger there, as well as a pair of USB charge ports, a Type C and a Type A, which is well covered in plastic in case you are going through a river and the interior gets flooded. It's not gonna be a problem. Now, we also have a tiny center armrest here with a pair of cup holders. And if you're wondering, yes, this is as far back as you can recline the back seat. You cannot recline it any more than that because, yeah, it's gonna hit some stuff at the back. So this is as far as it can go. The rear end of the Ford Bronco has a more stylish and distinctive design to it when you compare it to the Ford Everest Titanium. That's because we have the spare tire mounted right here on the rear door, just like any proper hardcore off-roader. Now, we also have the third brake light that's found here, and we don't have that on the roof because, well, as I said, the Ford Bronco's roof can be removed. So for safety reasons, well, we have the third brake light found here on the spare tire as well. Now, we also have a recovery hook right here, in case you need to rescue some less capable off-roaders that are stuck in the mud. Now, we also have the rear door here that split opens sideways, and as you can see, yes, the doors here open really wide. Now, we can open the glass part upwards like that, and once you have that open, you get access to 35.6 cubic feet worth of cargo space. So what does that translate to in terms of luggage? Let's find out. I have my large piece of luggage here, and as you can see, we can put that here, and we can put a second, a third one, and a fourth one on top for a total of 4 large pieces of luggage. Now, that's pretty capable, pare. Now, we also have the roof bars here in case you remove the roof, so you maintain your chassis rigidity. And if you look inside, you'll notice that we have a pair of speakers that are mounted right there on those roof bars in case you want to listen to music while you're driving topless at the beach. Okay. For the hardcore off-road enthusiasts, the arrival of the US-made Ford Bronco in the Philippines is a very welcome piece of news. Even more welcome is the fact that Ford Philippines opted to bring in the Outer Banks trim, which is the more luxury-oriented Bronco model. The Ford Bronco Outer Banks with Sasquatch Package combines luxury, rugged good looks, and off-road capabilities that is perfectly suitable in most, if not all, Philippine road conditions. Thanks for watching.